It was a sunny afternoon at a small gathering, friends mingling, laughter spilling over the patio, and the scent of fresh flowers in the air. I had arrived with my partner, Lisa, excited to see her world, meet her friends, and enjoy a light-hearted day. But as soon as we stepped onto the patio, I sensed the tension. Her friends, a tight-knit circle that Lisa had introduced as fun and honest, were huddled together, whispering, casting glances our way. I smiled politely, thinking nothing of it, until the moment came when Lisa, without hesitation, leaned close to them and said, loud enough for everyone to hear, "You know, he doesn't give me the feelings that he does," she said, glancing at me with a sly smirk. Her friends erupted into laughter, clapping her on the back, echoing the amusement as though my presence were a joke. For a second, my chest tightened. The laughter was sharp, cutting, dismissive. But then, something inside me shifted. I could feel the room's attention on me, but instead of panic, anger, or embarrassment, I found a calm, steady clarity. I smiled. Not a forced smile, not an apologetic one, but a smile that carried the quiet authority of someone who knows the truth of themselves. Lisa blinked at me, momentarily thrown off by the lack of reaction she expected. What are you smiling at?" she asked, her voice slightly uncertain, the confidence she had shown moments ago faltering. I took a slow breath, letting the warmth of my calm fill the space. "I'm smiling because I find it interesting that you think laughter or judgment from others can define our relationship," I said softly, my voice carrying enough weight to make her friends pause mid-laugh. "The feelings you speak of aren't public applause, nor are they the approval of anyone here. They are built quietly, in trust, respect, and understanding. And those are things I have, whether anyone sees them or not." The laughter faltered. Her friends exchanged uncertain glances, realizing that my words weren't just polite, they carried a quiet authority, the kind of presence that commands attention without raising a voice. I continued, calm and measured, letting every word land deliberately. "Lisa," I said, turning slightly to meet her eyes, "if the feelings I give you weren't enough for you, that's something only you can decide. But to make it a performance for your friends? To mock what's real between us in front of them? That, I can't let stand. Because real feelings, true connection, don't need validation from a crowd, they need honesty, presence, and respect." Her friends had fallen silent now, the smirk on Lisa's face fading as she realized that her attempt to make me look small had completely backfired. The calmness, the confidence, and the clarity of my words had done what mockery and laughter never could, they had shut them all down without confrontation, without anger, without drama. I placed my hand gently over hers, signaling the intimacy, the bond, and the loyalty that she had so flippantly tried to question. "You see," I said quietly, allowing only her to hear the final part, "the feelings that matter aren't the ones you flaunt or demand, they are the ones that are quietly felt, sincerely given, and deeply shared. And that's what we have. And it's more than anyone else here could ever understand." Lisa's eyes widened, her confidence shaken, as the realization sank in. Her friends, equally stunned, had no words, no laughter, no applause. The moment was mine, not because I dominated the conversation, but because I held my ground, carried my dignity, and refused to let a shallow moment define the depth of what we shared. By the end of the afternoon, the energy had shifted completely. Lisa's friends treated me with a newfound respect, and Lisa herself didn't mock or compare again. The quiet victory wasn't loud, it wasn't flashy, but it was absolute. The laughter that had been aimed at me was gone, replaced by acknowledgement of something they hadn't anticipated, that true connection, composure, and self-respect always speak louder than words, insults, or teasing. That day, I learned that real power isn't in showing anger or lashing out, it's in remaining calm, confident, and unwavering. And sometimes, a simple smile, coupled with presence and clarity, is more devastating than 1,000 arguments. I didn't just shut them down, I reminded everyone in the room who held the real strength, who held the real feelings, and who had the quiet power that no mockery could ever touch. And in that moment, as the sun dipped lower and the laughter of others faded into polite murmurs, I smiled again, because I knew I had won, not by shouting or proving a point, but by simply being unshakable, genuine, and true to what mattered most.